Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lauren Mays and you are watching my channel. The reason why I've brought you here today is to talk about my future. To talk about the books that I'd like to read this year, and I realize that I neglect series a lot because they feel overwhelming. Made a list of all of the book series that I'd like to tackle. It doesn't feel as overwhelming because for some reason when I think of a book series, I think of the series having 12 books in it, and sometimes that deters me because I like one and done books, but I feel so left behind when we talk about series. And yes, I mean left behind because that is also a series that I have not read and I don't plan on reading. Left Behind, I'm so sorry if that's your favorite series. Kurt Cameron can't convince me to read that series. Anyway, let's stop talking about Left Behind, but I feel very left behind. These are all the series that I'd like to get to, and I'd like to get over my kind of, not fear, my anxiety towards book series, because that's a commitment and I'm a start and finish kind of person. So once I start a series, I like to finish it, and maybe I can get over that. Who knows? Let's start with the most popular here, which is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I have not read any Maas, and it's a massive problem. I would like to be on this bandwagon. So obviously Throne of Glass, it has 5 books and a prequel / novella. I mean, obviously, if you haven't heard of this series, you've been living under a rock, or just a normal person who doesn't watch BookTube. I guess supposedly supposed to be a Cinderella retelling, but who knows? But it's supposed to be really good. The next one, A Court of Thorns and Roses, and of course the other two that follow that. I know that the last one either just came out or is about to come out, so I'm very excited about that. And I may be shooting myself in the foot here, okay? Because next month I am going to start A Court of Thorns and Roses. I know that I've gotten recommended to start with Throne of Glass, but Court of Thorns and Roses just is itching at me, and that's what I want to start with. So I might be shooting myself in the foot, and you can tell me that in the comments, but I'm wanting to start with the more manageable 3 books right now than the 5/6 of Throne of Glass. Heard A Court of Mist and Fury is amazing, so I want to get to it. I know people have recommended starting with Throne of Glass so you can see the progression of her writing, but I'm kind of a rule breaker. That's not really true. I follow the rules, but I like to break some of them sometimes, but not like too much, you know, just like a little bit. This next one has intrigued me a lot as well. The Shades of Magic series by V.E. Schwab, and the covers are beautiful. I need the set, but I've heard that this is amazing, and you know, maybe this iPad doesn't work, but hey, it saves me time in editing. The covers are gorgeous. Black, white, red, can't go wrong. And a lot of these series, I don't know a whole lot about them, but that's how I like to keep it. I like to go in blind. I like to be surprised. I know that it kind of deals with parallel worlds, and it obviously has magic in it because it says Shades of Magic and it says a darker shade of magic. So that's what I want to know about it, but I definitely want to get to that. It's been recommended to me multiple times. The next series that I'd like to mention, and one of my close friends whom I actually know in real life, she was interested in the Six of Crows Crooked Kingdom duology, and I told her that it was very fun and I really enjoyed it more than I thought that I did. And so I was kind of telling her about the Grisha world, and she was very excited, and she thought, you know what, we may as well start from the beginning. So now I can see the progression of Leigh Bardugo's writing and start with the Grisha Trilogy. Another series that has been brought to my attention that sounds amazing as well is The Name of the Wind, and specifically this cover. The American covers are, no. It's like the American Mistborn, which I'll get to. No, I'm definitely going to order the white and blue one, and I'm going to order this version right here because that looks so cool. But anyway, Name of the Wind, I also don't know a ton about this series, but of course people talk about it all the time, and I'm ready for it. Rothfuss. Patrick Rothfuss. Segueing into Mistborn. Of course I want to read Mistborn as well and own these graphics to Mistborn because I'm sorry, but the Brandon Sanderson versions in America look, well, they look like 90s fantasy books, but the blue, white, And wouldn't it look gorgeous, like with Mistborn and then the Darker Shades of Magic all together? I need to read them first before I start fantasizing about how they'll look on my bookshelf. Does anybody else do that? Just like visualize what it would look like on your bookshelf? Maybe only us on BookTube. Maybe. Like I'm gonna say for all of them, I'm very excited to read that one too. This next one has also been making the rounds on the BookTubes. The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. Eventually I know how to say these names. Once I read their books, then I know how to say their names, okay? But The Raven Cycle, I've heard that it's a wonderful story about a group of boys, and it's giving me like Stand By Me kind of vibes, and I hope it kind of feels like that. But that is a series I also want to get into. I mean, obviously, I'm making this video to say that I want to read all these. Another one which I own, which I probably should start with the ones that I own, but that's not fun. The Selection series by Kira Cass also sounds very enjoyable. This sounds like a very easy, quick read, kind of like a bachelorette kind of feel. But it's, you know, a way for girls to go to this in order to earn money for their family. And the book covers are gorgeous and all the different colors. So I definitely want to get to this. This sounds just a very quick, easy, fun. Reminds me kind of like Gossip Girl. You start and then you just don't want to stop. There are 5 books, but then I heard the first 3 are the trilogy. And then after that, they introduce some new girls and some new characters. So who knows how long I'll go. But if I'm really enjoying it, I probably won't stop. It's like the story of my life. So to recap, the Grisha Trilogy had 3 books. Name of the Wind has 3 books. Mistborn has 3 originals. And then they have a Wax and Wane series as well. Raven Cycle has 4 books so far. Let me know if it's still going. Because I also would like to get into series in order to be there to pre-order the new ones that are coming out. Like I really wanted to start the Court of Thorns and Roses in order to be here for this newest release of the 3rd book. So it is my dream to get caught up on things in order for me to be really excited about new releases, because that just sounds so fun and I feel like I can be really a part of something. And then lastly, Queen of the Tearling by Erica. Why can I not say this? Like I'm losing my mind. Johansson? Like, let's be real for a second. Like, I know I'm blonde and sometimes it comes out. It's Johansson. I've been working all day, okay? Looking at a computer screen. This is not fair. So Erica Johansson wrote The Queen of the Tearling, and I know that there's 3 books to this, and I own this, so I should just get to it. I always want more. But I've heard wonderful things, and the 3rd one just came out. So those are all the main ones that I'm most excited about. And then there's some other series. I'm halfway through A Blade Itself. I started this, Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. I need to be better about saying the author's name. I forget. The Blade Itself, I started this a few years ago and I still remember a good amount, so I feel like I could pick it up. My brother bought this for my dad and I kind of stole it. It's not really high up on my list, but definitely to read A Blade Itself. I've heard it's wonderful and I really enjoyed it as it was going. So, and then also I want to talk about Cassandra Clare, because here's how I feel about Cassandra Clare. I've never read her work, okay? It has nothing to do with her writing. It's more, Cassandra Clare's books kind of came out, you know, after Twilight, after Hunger Games, after Divergent, and I think I was just really tired of YA dystopian or that style of YA book at that time, so I never picked up The Mortal Instruments, or City of Bones would be that first one. And then I think I bought Clockwork Princess or Clockwork Prince back in like 2012 or something back then, and I never read it, and so I sold it. I don't know, I think I picture Cassandra Clare as during that time when I was just kind of fed up with YA at that time. I am a little bit older. I mean, I'm not like old or anything, but I am in my late 20s, almost 30, and I think I'm just worried of picking that up and I'm not going to get into it because of, I don't think I'm in that phase of my life anymore, but I would like for you guys to change my opinion on Cassandra Clare, because I know she's still cranking them out. I know there's like the Clockwork. I don't know whether I should go for like the City of Bones Plus. I think it's Immortal Instruments. I know I'm so behind the times. I'm so sorry that I don't know that. Then you have, there's another, what's the next series called? This is how out of touch I am with Cassandra Clare, because I think I just like ex-nayed her out of my brain because just that time it had a bad taste in my mouth. But like Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess, and I know she just came out with Lady Midnight, which sounds really great. So I don't know whether I should just start with the newest and just call that a day, or if I should backtrack and at least experience, but I'm, you know, will that hit me in my phase of life right now? But then a lot of these probably will be the same. Please down in the comments, change my opinion about Cassandra Clare and maybe guide me on where to start with any of that. I'm so behind the times when it comes to Cassandra Clare. So these are a lot of the series that I'd like to get to this year, and you can tell that the sun is setting and I'm about to get, you know, take a bath and get in my PJs and watch The Office, because can't stop now once I've started. What do you think you're doing? Is he looking at yourself? Are you looking at yourself? He likes looking at himself. But these are a lot of the book series that I would like to get to in the year of 2017, and maybe I won't, because this is a pretty thick list, but I'd like to at least get more into series this year. So this is my video attempt to get you guys to inspire me and to keep me motivated and be like, you remember when you made that video saying that you wanted to get into series? Well, I'm seeing that you're not, and I would say you're right. I'd like to feel like a failure. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.